Alright, I've already prepped my face with what's left of my Village Barber shaving oil. There might be a few drops left in there for one more shave, perhaps. It's going to be a bit of a different shave today because I'm going to be using this Durham Duplex fold-out safety razor, which has this guard here, an open comb guard, and that comes in this little celluloid case here. And my blade is going to be one of these Personna blades that are still made for what was originally a razor that had a proprietary blade, but these are made for medical procedures and they fit this. And I also have another Durham Duplex razor which is more like a safety razor that you shave with like this. I've used this once before and I had a pretty nice shave with it, but it does make for a very different shave, so you might want to expect that. I've already lathered up this Crowley Tosh black badger brush, and my cream is going to be this Truefitt Hill Trafalgar shaving cream that comes in a tub like so. And I'll go ahead, excuse me, and I'll try to lather this. I'm going to put just a couple of drops of water. Don't need much at all, and we'll see how this goes. I hope you're all doing well out there. This stuff lathered up pretty well. Incidentally, very important actually, I lathered this up in the Yulay, the honeycombed, this is their resin shaving bowl. They have another one that's made out of silicone and is foldable, bendable, but lathered up in there. Let's see how this goes. Seems okay so far. Very nice. Pleasant but different scent on this soap. I can't exactly place it, but I've used it before several times. It's just that lately this has been one of my neglected creams, actually. It's a shaving cream. I used, I didn't have a cosmetic spoon or anything like that. I used this little spoon that I had cleaned up that came with a little personal sized tub, a tiny little tub of ice cream. So these kind of little spoons are handy for that. And let's see how we're doing here. I don't know if I'm going to do like with the grain, across the grain, against the grain. I think I'm just going to do like I did before and just sort of wing it. You can do things with this, I guess, that you could not easily do with a regular straight razor or a barber's razor, or shavette as they call those. Let me go ahead and wet this blade here, and I'll just kind of get started. And I guess I hold it like this. I don't really, well, I was going to say I don't know what I'm doing, but being that this razor has a guard on it, it is a very forgiving razor. The blade is very sharp, and the blade's on its second use. But, yeah. I guess I'll try going with the grain first. I'll rinse this. I'll stay on camera while I rinse, because there's not a whole lot of rinsing necessary. That is to say, these blades don't gunk up very easily. Or this razor doesn't. I seem to recall that on my first use of this, I had no weepers, or no appreciable weepers anyway, so that's not a bad thing. And Yeah, well, let's see. I'll keep using the technique I was using. That is closer to the technique of using a straight razor. Except I don't remember exactly how I did this before. So, well, let's see. I may not know what I'm doing. I'll even turn this over. I guess you could call this a straight razor or a chevette with training wheels. It is double-edged, unlike those kind of razors. I don't know if I'm using this correctly. I guess I'm supposed to hold it like so. But yeah, that guard on there makes this razor very forgiving. Now I'll rinse again, but I'll stay on camera while I'm rinsing. And I'll keep going here. I'll just keep going on the chin here. Yeah, a razor I've only used once before, and a neglected cream. It's a very nice cream. Why I've neglected it, I couldn't say. Well. I'm still here. At least there'll be less editing to do on this video. Let's see, I'll go up here. I'll go on up here to the, to above the lip area here. I had read that a razor similar to this, some kind of straight razor that had a guard on it, was the first safety razor. But these have replaceable blades, these Durham Duplexes. Alright, I'll rinse again. I may find myself using this razor more. I didn't get above the lip too good, but that's okay. I'll do more later. I'll go ahead and try to, let's see. So, if you've never used an actual straight razor or a chevette, I believe chevettes are also called Barber's razors sometimes. I can say with some confidence that you would probably be able to use this razor with very little trouble should you decide to get one. I think somebody somewhere was currently making something similar to this, and these old Durham Duplexes are often available on eBay and maybe in your local antique store or antique mall. I don't know how long these blades last. It's only the second use on this. I know one of these Personna blades worked well for for the other Durham Duplex I have, the one that looks more like a Gillette safety razor or something of that nature, with, you know, the kind of T-bar deal going on. I might go ahead and rinse this, just because the, yeah, try to keep the lather out of my way here, even though it's a double-edged. I'm not going to do a lot of transitions and a lot of fanfare here today. I'm just going to go ahead, go ahead and re-lather here. Re-lather quickly for a second pass. Should be plenty of lather left in the brush here. Let's see, I'll just go ahead and paint it on, which it's more advisable to do for your second and third passes of a regular shave with a safety razor anyway. Nice cream here. Let's see. Kind of a swanky, fancy smelling cream, this Trafalgar. But I don't know right offhand of a whole lot of other things it goes with, other than maybe if they make a Trafalgar aftershave, which they probably do, more than likely. I just don't happen to have it. I think I paid something like $30 or $40 for this tub of Trafalgar cream from Truefitt Hill here. Well, let's see. I don't know quite how to do this, but I guess I could try going across the grain. I don't know that I did that per se the first time I shaved with this, but I kind of went just willy-nilly every which way I could. Yeah, I know the first time, like I said, I got a very close shave with this. We'll see how it goes this time. First time I wasn't worrying about making a video or anything. I was doing it all strictly off camera here. Now let's see, do I know what I'm doing? No. But, and I don't know, well, I guess I just don't know what I'm doing, but if it works, it works. It may not be the prettiest technique, and ultimately it may not look like how one should use a real a real straight razor or a real Chevette or Barber's razor. But if it works, it works. Okay. Rinse the razor. I'll keep going here. I have a straight razor, but it needs sharpened. Just honing it, I mean, it needs honed. Stropping it hasn't been working. And I have a Chevette, but it's kind of hit and miss with me using that. let's see here. You can also go like this. Almost as if you were using, oh, I don't know, a commissary or whatever, I'm not sure. There's a lot more flexibility when using this regarding technique, I think. Okay, let's see where I'm at here. Well, I'll continue like this. Parts of this I don't know if I'm being as successful as I was on my first use of this off camera. I just know it's a lot easier for me to use than to try to use a straight razor. So, okay, so far so good. Rinse it again. And let's see here. Yeah, I might go ahead and go against the grain under the neck here. I might turn this over. There's sort of a curve to this, not to the blade per se, but the apparatus that holds it on there. And I think maybe even the comb itself is a little bit curved. So I don't know which way is best to use this. Well, that's good right there. Kind of going with the curve, although I'm going against the grain. The blade, like I said, is straight, but the guard and the apparatus holding the guard have a little bit of a curve to them. As you can probably tell by now, especially if you've used a straight razor or a shavette, you can kind of do things with this that you could not do as easily with one of those other razors. Let's see. Try to keep going against the grain here. At times I feel like I'm not getting any of the stubble off here, and at other times, so I'm sure there are also reasons why you should maybe use straight razor techniques for when you're using this. But somebody like myself that is not at all well versed in straight razor shaving, it's still a lot easier to use without fear of cutting oneself. I'm even gonna, man, I keep feeling like I need to sneeze. I hate that feeling. I think we have a lot of pollen or something in the air around here. Well, I'll go ahead and rinse this, and I think I will pause here just long enough to break and lather up again. Or I'll go ahead and re-lather on camera. I was kind of feeling like I was going to have to blow my nose there. some very nice and interesting products and gear, I think, in this shave. The Van Yulay shaving bowl again, which when I do lather out of a bowl, which is advisable for this cream, I think, this bowl rarely lets me down unless I'm doing something wrong in some other area of shaving. Okay, set those aside, and let's see. I'm just gonna kind of go willy-nilly here and try to see any place that I think I need to. Still getting a lot of feedback there. May not have had the blade flat enough against my skin in some of these instances. Well, that is getting, I think, a little bit better. Let's see, I'll go ahead and rinse this again. Very different here. I'll go ahead and there must be a sort of a learning curve with this razor too, even though it has this guard on it. I think a gentleman well versed in straight razor shaving or shavette shaving would find this razor to be a breeze to use. See if I can, I don't know if I can easily go across the grain under the neck with this. I don't even know which way to. Do I know what I'm doing? No. So I'll just keep going up or down. Yeah, interesting. Okay. It is easier to go across the grain on the face, but I kind of already did that, so let me try to go against the grain if I can remember how to hold this thing. I don't know what I'm doing. It's pretty obvious, I'm afraid. Yeah, if somebody had just tuned in, so to speak, just clicked on here and didn't know that this is a Durham Duplex with a guard on it, they might think I was a very bad user of a straight razor. Interesting. May need to put a few transitions in here. There's every so often I spend a little bit longer rinsing this, but usually this rinses straight away. Not a terribly close shave so far, but I can tell I've done something here. Okay. Feels like this could be better, but that's all right. It's hard to get under the nose with this. All right. I'm gonna get ready to do some touch-ups, and then I can see I'm still gonna have to cut things out of this video. Because I'm running rather over now. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and end it here. I can tell you I've gotten a fairly close shave, not as close as the first time I used this. I still need to work on this. I mostly just wanted to show you this razor. I'll decide if I'm going to do, it's late here, I may be going to bed. I don't even know if I'm going to do a lot of witch hazel aftershave, balm, whatever. That's it for now. Like I said, this is a different shave for me, very different. I don't entirely know what I'm doing. I just know this is an interesting razor. I am glad I bought it. I'm kind of a collector. Nice to have. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Don't judge all my videos by this one, because this is just a way different one. Peace.